We're going to come into one of my favorite postures to rest in. And sometimes I do this for just a short rest, a couple minutes, or a longer rest, 10, 15 minutes, something like that. So you can do it really simply with just a block, or that's like the bare bones version, or you can make it more indulgent with some blankets, maybe your eye pillow, blanket to cover up with as well. So I'll show you the bare bones way first. We're going to be laying down on our back. So like I said, great for a rest. This creates internal rotation in the hips. It helps give us a little bit of lumbar curve stability. So you'll lay down on your back with your feet wide and let your knees come together. You can put the block between the knees and see how it feels. And if you need to, take the block wider. You can even go the widest width here, because that's really going to give your pelvis some space, and many of us are locked up in that area. I'm going to back it down a little bit here. That feels like the sweet spot for me. So arms can be at your sides or hands on your body. That is the bare bones version. If you want to indulge a little bit more, you have a little more time, grab a blanket, you can fold it up, and this one's going to go under your pelvis. Underneath here. I'm actually going to put it next to me so I can slide it under when I get there. And then another blanket for under the heels. So I'm going to roll that one up. I don't need it quite so big. It doesn't have to be super high. And then if you want your eye pillow or a blanket to cover up with, grab those as well. So you'll come down onto your back. Heels are on the blanket. Toes are not. Balls of the feet are not. Lay it down on your back. Lift your hips. Slide your blanket under. Find the sweet spot there so it's not digging into your ribs or your kidneys, but it's supporting the bones of the hips. And then grab your block, put it between the knees, and you might find that you're less comfortable with the block and you actually need to take it out, and the knees will just touch each other. That's fine to be in that position. Having the hips up on a blanket lifts the pelvis, lifts the pelvic floor, takes the pressure off the pelvic floor so it can release a bit more. And then by putting the legs in this position, it's going to help the pelvic floor and the diaphragm release even further. Notice if you feel that, a lightness in the lower body and in the belly and the hips. Again, arms can be at your sides once you get eye pillow or blankets adjusted. Toes are on the floor. Heels are up on the blanket. Just further taking us in the direction of opening and releasing the pelvic floor and the belly, diaphragm, all the respiratory muscles. If you feel like you need a blanket under your head, by all means, put one back there. And feel how the right knee can drop into the left, or into the block into the left. And then left knee drops into the right. By having the knees in, the sitting bones are widening. Let that be reflected in the arms. So if the hands are on the body, pull the elbows out wide. Or if the hands are on the ground, pull the hands out wide. And get a little width across the chest. Let the belly move up and down as you breathe in and out. So the breath is going down low in the body, but not just down low. You can feel it across your chest as well, in the throat, in the nostrils. And as your body begins to open up and this position gets a little more familiar, you might find that you need to adjust. You might need to adjust your block or your arms or your hips. So make sure that you're taking time to do that as your body changes in the posture. And this is going to help soften the groins, the hip flexors, the psoas muscles. Often we hold those areas chronically tight. But if you bring your awareness down to those areas in the body, that tension will begin to release. Feel the right leg releasing more, and the left leg releasing more. The right arm and the left arm. The whole midsection and the neck and head. When you're ready to come out, you'll remove your block. Roll over onto your side. Like I said, it's a pose you could stay in just for a minute or two, or for a much longer period of time, especially in the evening.